For cheap MT, head over to aoa.com and use coupon code JACOB for 3% off at checkout. What is going down, everybody? It's Unbeatable Jacob, and today I wanted to go over a few things that will be a good idea for you to do before Season 5 of NBA 2K21 Myteam. So the new season is going to start on Friday at 11 a.m., which is exactly nearly 2 days from the time of this recording. And I'm going to kind of go in order of things that I think are most important to do over these next 2 days if you are playing the game. The first thing I would highly recommend doing is going ahead and playing as much triple threat offline as you can, especially if you do not have this Terry Dishlinger card yet. The Terry Dishlinger card is more than valid for any lineup. I have quite the God Squad, to be pretty honest here, and he definitely makes the team. And there's no reason to really say he's any much worse than Kawhi. He's really that good. So go ahead and spend as much time playing that if you have not already got the card. And even if you did, it's not a bad idea to get up to the 750 total wins, as you're going to need to be there to get to the 900 win reward as quick as possible, because there will be a new reward card just like the Doug West card of this season for 900 wins, we can assume. So go ahead and do as much TTO offline as you can, especially if you do not have that Terry Dishlinger card. The second thing I think is most important is go ahead and get your tokens right. The best way to get tokens is by playing triple threat online and winning your games. Try and get up to that top board so you have a chance at the 10 tokens. And also once you get up there, you'll be able to hit the ball off the spinners for even more tokens. And also another good way to get tokens is by playing domination. If you have not finished any of these, I wouldn't really sweat it too much because these are always going to be here, but this is just another good way to get tokens. Because right now we can assume that there will be at least one more Galaxy Opal added into the token board, and he'll probably be pretty good if they're comparable to the last 3 that came out. And there's probably going to be a few pink diamonds and maybe a couple diamonds added as well. So go ahead and get enough tokens to redeem a couple players from whatever board you are on. That's probably a pretty decent idea for this point in the season. And then third, I would say it's a good idea to go ahead and get these spotlights done. These are going to expire in 2 days, and of course, all of these spotlights are going to lock in for this pink diamond Shawn Marion. Now, if you get this pink diamond Shawn Marion, you don't need to get his Evo done this season, but once you do get him, make sure you Evo him up, because without the Evo, he only has 61 ball control, which pretty much kills the card. So go ahead and make sure you get that done. At some point, it's not an urgent thing to get done, but if you do get him, make sure you Evo him up. It's pretty much necessary to use this card at a high level anyways, so make sure you guys do that if you do get this card. And then, last but not least, depending on where you're at for XP, go ahead and finish up this Kawhi grind. Right now, there's quite a bit of XP out to do. Some of these new ones that have dropped have been pretty decent for XP, like there's all sorts of XP that I haven't done here yet because I already had Kawhi, but like, let's be honest, like getting 1600 points for an Amethyst card, 1600 XP points from Amethyst card is pretty generous. So if you guys are close to Kawhi, you should have a pretty good shot at finishing that up right now and getting the card that you need, which is Kawhi. So if you're close, go ahead and finish that grind out, but that's just kind of if you're there type thing. A lot of people will ask, how much time do I have to get Kawhi? Well, I'm level 38. Do I have enough time to get Kawhi? Honestly, with the amount of XP that's out right now, if you have the time and MT to do all these, you can get them done pretty quick. Like, I would say if you're like level 38 or something, like if you're anywhere between like here, you have a pretty good shot to get him as long as you have the time on your hands and also the XP or the MT to buy the cards you need. Because like DJ Hypersloth got 50k XP in 1 day last season at the end of the season. So it's definitely possible if you're close right now to finish that out. And I would definitely recommend doing that. And then also, it's a pretty good idea to liquidate your collection right now, because there's certain cards that I think will hold value and certain cards that I don't think will hold value. So like this Tracy McGrady right now, going for like probably like 700k by the time that finishes, and this LeBron holding for like about the same. I think these cards are going to hold value decently well because they lock in for Hondo. So I don't really see these cards dipping nearly as fast as cards that will lock in for Hondo or a different card, because like I don't think this Anthony Davis right here will dip in value too much either, for the sole fact that he is going to lock in for a card eventually. But for instance, cards like maybe Hakeem Olajuwon pretty good idea to sell them because they're not going to lock in for anybody. So by the time that Season 5's over, this card will not be worth much at all. So go ahead and make sure if you have cards that aren't going to lock in for anybody and you think you can find a decent budget option or a reward card to replace them with, go ahead and do that, because there's certain cards that don't lock in for anything that I do not think will hold any sort of value throughout the season. So kind of a good rule of thumb, if a card locks in for something, expect for it to hold value better than a card that doesn't. And there's just lots of good reward options and budget options you can use for the time being as well. Also, I think it's a pretty good idea, if you have any diamond contracts, probably sell them off. Like, man, these are expensive right now. And there's just going to be a lot of more chances to get diamond contracts in Season 5. Normally when diamond contracts get to be this expensive, they put out a locker code or something to try and bump the prices of them down. Because a lot of times at one point, diamond contracts are selling for like 15k. So if you have any diamond contracts, probably sell those off. As far as badges go, I really think that like it's a great time to sell badges as well, because we're getting to the point in the game where the new cards that come out just don't need as many badges added to them. So I think they're just going to continue to lose value. The only one I don't see losing a lot of value is going to be blinders or steady shooter, depending on what you're on, because there's going to be cards that come out through the end of the year that don't have that badge on them whatsoever, just because on current gen it's a negative, on next gen it's a very big positive. So if you have any blinders, you might want to hold on to those or steady shooter badges, but everything else I'd say just go ahead and get rid of for the most part, especially if you're trying to get your MT count up, because I mean that should go without saying, you want to go into Season 5 with as much MT as possible. But anyways guys, it's Unbeatable Jacob. I hope this guys gave you a little bit more insight on just how to prepare for the upcoming season, and hope you guys all have good luck finishing up your Terry grinds, Kawhi grinds, whatever it may be, Sean Marion grinds, you name it. So anyways guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'm out.